Good afternoon and welcome to Energy City Metro Ballpark. We got some baseball action for you. It is the first of what is effectively a 3-game series this weekend between the Energy City Cactus Rats and the Lethbridge Bulls. A little bit of Major League Baseball style. 3 games over the course of the weekend. Pretend that yesterday there was a game that got rained out. You got a doubleheader tomorrow, but you got this game on deck first and foremost. And the starting pitchers for today's game, Brett Getz on the Lethbridge side and Justin Puello for the Cactus Rats. Puello so far on the season, a 1-2 record, 6.92 ERA. He's allowed 11 runs, 10 of them earned on 13 innings pitched, and a strikeout to walk ratio 10-13. They'll get a look at a Lethbridge Bulls lineup that, as of right now, has powered them to 3rd in the West Division, and they are still very much in the hunt for the top 2 spots, as they are just 5 games back of first place Okotoks and 1.5 games back of Sylvan Lake. And the big thing about that we'll get into a little later on is, of course, games in hand. So the Cactus Rats sitting comfortably in 4th place. Not only a chance to secure that spot, but also play a little bit of spoiler here. And Puello will try and take care of business there against the Bulls lineup. That will be led off by Tetsu Nishida, Katura, and Jack Wheatley batting in the top 3. Wheatley, of course, having a phenomenal season alongside his brother Luke, who will be batting 5th. 5:05 scheduled first pitch, so they got a couple more minutes yet. There's your batting order for the Lethbridge Bulls. Both Wheatleys are in. Kavanaugh batting 4th is at 3rd. And then you got Xander Meisner, Matt Larkin, Jordan Monroe, and Jalen Ryan as your order today. And everything will be led off by Nishida. Nishida against Puello. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're underway from Energy City Metro Ballpark. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Nishida on the season, 367 average, 857 OPS. He's got 11 hits and 3 RBIs. So mostly a guy who just gets on base and allows his teammates to drive in some runs. 1-1 count here against Puello. With his slower windup and release, this one's popped into foul territory just beyond the reach of Carson Burnett, who will go crashing into the netting. Thank goodness it's there. And the count will be 1-2. Burnett 2 nights ago was making some spectacular defensive plays in the second half of that doubleheader against Sylvan Lake. Absolutely robbing a base hit on a line drive catch, and that's a strikeout for Puello as he sits down Katura, or as he sits down Nishida for Katura to come up with 1 out. So Katura will bat, and the first pitch on the way is in there for a strike. Oh, and 1 count early on here as Katura will sky this one in a right field. This one's tracking foul, but a good catch there just before it can hit the ground by Caden Allen, and there's 2 quick outs. So we mentioned Jack Wheatley having a phenomenal year. He'll be batting 3rd in the lineup today, and he'll take the first pitch down low Wheatley a 281 average, 797 OPS, and what stands out the most, 27 hits, 14 RBIs. Starting ahead in the count, 1-0. Boello comes set, deals. This one's tomahawked on the ground. It'll be a play to first that's just in time. A great throw by Kawanishi will erase that opportunity for Wheatley, and on 8 pitches, Boello sits down the Bulls in order. Still no score. We'll go bottom 1.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today. Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL.
We'll go to the bottom of the first, and we'll get a look at the starting pitcher for the Lethbridge Bulls, Brett Getz. Comes into this game with a 2-1 record, 4.73 ERA through 26 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 17 runs, 14 of them earned on 20 hits, and about an even strikeout to walk ratio, 22-24. So that's the notable thing here in this game, is that both starting pitchers have a couple more walks than they have strikeouts. That'll be something that we'll have to look out for throughout the game. There's your batting order for the Cactus Rats. It's been pretty consistent the past few days, especially in the top 4. There has been no changes in the top 4 of the order. It's been David Simmons leading off throughout the homestand. He'll do just that here today. And swinging on the first pitch, chops it foul. This is playable though, and the catch made by the first baseman Meisner for one quick out here.
Right fielder number 49,
Caden Allen, when the homestand began, was just coming onto the team and was batting at the bottom of the order. He's worked his way up to second in the batting order for the past couple of games. He'll stay there today. Hitting the first pitch foul down the third base line. Allen has had a phenomenal homestand so far, and it's resulted in a .462 batting average. The OPS is over 1,200, 1.255. Just absolutely insane, the numbers he has been posting throughout this homestand as he brings the count to 1-1. Really timely pickup by the Cactus Rats as they eye the postseason here. Next pitch is upstairs, but finds the zone, 1-2. Allen already in just a short amount of time played has 6 hits and 4 RBIs. We'll see the next pitch on the way. Checks his swing. Does not go. Peel to third will confirm that. 2-2. Allen has also made some plays on the defensive end of things out in right field over the course of this homestand as he powers this one on the ground. That's over to short. The easy play will be made by Luke Wheatley to first, and it's just offline. So Caden Allen is aboard. It looked like one that could be turned, but Allen a little too fast, and the throw not clean. As you see there, it ended up getting by Meisner. So an infield base hit, and Caden Allen is aboard. Great hustle there by Allen. I'll bring up Carson Burnett, who, like the two guys ahead of him in the order and like the guy behind him, has been really turning up the heat the past few games. Jumps ahead in the count 1-0. Turning up the heat to the tune of about 4 or 5 RBIs over the course of this homestand, even though the average is still at 200. He's really shined in the past few games. 1-1 count here, and the guy behind him, the unmistakable pink batting gloves of Stephen Furman, who has found ways to get on base all throughout the homestand. 1-2 count here on Burnett. Allen staying tethered to first base for now. See if maybe he thinks about a steal. Set up a scoring position runner. Getz comes set. Allen not taking off. Pitch is upstairs. A good take. 2-2. Of course, a 3-2 game in the second half of that doubleheader against Sylvan Lake. It was all about manufacturing runs. For the Cactus Rats, they scored 2 of their 3 runs via sacrifice fly. 2-2, and that ball will be bounced in the dirt and run the count full. Of course, the other run the Cactus Rats scored was a tying one in the extra innings. That set off the walk-off heroics, and it was a ball thrown to second that got into the outfield. 3-2 count here. Getz deals upstairs. Good take, and it's ball 4, so both Allen and Burnett are aboard here in the first inning.
Now batting number 13, Steve Furman.
So with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, 2 guys aboard, Steve Furman will come up to bat. Furman having a phenomenal year batting-wise. He takes the first pitch just below the zone for ball 1. Comes into this game .310 batting average, .852 OPS. He's got 44 hits and 28 RBIs. Earlier on, he was batting at the bottom of the order as kind of the guy to turn the lineup over, but he's been playing just as well batting fourth. This one's popped up. A nice sliding catch there is made by Nishida. That forces the runners to hold up, and there's 2 away.
Designated hitter number 22, Liam Kerr.
So we'll see Liam Kirsch getting at bat here in the first inning. Kirsch played the first game of the doubleheader against Sylvan Lake and then was given the second game off, but they really want his bat in the lineup as he had a 3-for-4 outing in that 10-1 victory. He'll power this one on the ground foul right to his own dugout. Numbers haven't been great at first glance, just a .212 average, but kind of like Burnett, turning it up at the right time. He's the DH today, getting more of a break from playing catcher as the pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. Of course, as we get deeper into the season, the wear and tear on catchers kind of builds up, so you end up giving more of the DH allocations to your regular catchers to keep them somewhat fresh. 1-1, and he'll fight that one foul. Count goes 1-2. Should the inning continue, Luke Wilson is on deck. Wilson played both games of that doubleheader. One of them was as the DH. There's a 1-2 on the way, and that's laid off by Kirsch, 2-2. Bulls had a convincing win here at the Metro Ballpark. Their last time through earlier on in the month. That was July 9th. They got that game off before a rain-soaked weekend, which was one of many that the WCBL as a whole has had to contend with throughout this 2026 season. 2-2 is powered on the ground. That's over to short, though, and the easy flip is made by Luke Wheatley. And the Cactus Rats are done in the first. They get a couple aboard, but cannot score any of them, so we'll go to the second, still with no score on the board. This is on FloCollege.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is, and it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Easy breezy first inning for both starting pitchers. Just an infield hit and a walk, that's all we saw from either side. Justin Puello retired the first three of the Bulls lineup in order. He'll get a look at Zach Kavanaugh, the starting third baseman for the Bulls today. Puello needed just 8 pitches to polish off that top of the first inning. Deals here and finds the bottom of the zone for a strike. Kavanaugh, a .225 average and .790 OPS. And he's got 9 hits and 5 RBIs. Pitch is in there for a strike quickly. Puello's ahead 0-2. Trying to get through another batter with ease. He'll deal this one just off the plate outside. Thought he had it, but did not. 1-2. Luke Wheatley is on deck. He recorded a couple of the putouts in the bottom of the first. This one's smoked out to left field. Could be trouble. It's going to get down on the warning track for a base hit. And a great throw there from the outfield by Luke Wilson will hold Zach Kavanaugh to a base hit. That was a great throw, getting it right back in a hurry. So Kavanaugh only gets a single out of all that. That'll bring up Luke Wheatley. Luke and Jack have been fixtures of this Bulls team throughout the entire season. He'll foul the first pitch to the backstop. Luke, maybe not as stellar batting numbers, though, as his brother, a .212 average and .669 OPS. Does, however, have 21 hits and 9 RBIs. That pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. And we see it a lot in the WCBL. There's a lot of brother-sibling player combinations over the years. That one in there for strike 1-2. And this one is not the only one that the Bulls have had this season, as they also had Lee and Rain Matsuzaki on their roster. Pitch is in there, a swing and a miss. Strike 3, that's 2 Ks already for Puello, and that's the first out of the inning. Xander Meisner getting the start at first base tonight. Will take the first pitch just outside the bottom corner. Meisner on the season, .278 average, .752 OPS. He's got 15 hits and 7 RBIs. He's ahead here in the count, 2-0. This is the first 2-ball count of the game that Puello has had to contend with, trying to find the zone there, and did not miss by much, but does, in the view of the home plate umpire, miss 3-0. That one will get into the top corner, and the count goes to 3-1. Matt Larkin, the catcher for the Bulls, is on deck. Shallow lead off of first for Kavanaugh. The pitch on the way is golfed foul, and that will run the count full. So after falling behind 3-0, Puello has worked the count full and has a chance for the second out of the inning here. He'll deal. It's on the ground. It's smoked through for a base hit. Throw once again comes in pretty quickly, and Kavanaugh's forced to hold at second. So 2 singles here in the inning for Lethbridge. Like the Cactus Rats in the last half inning, they got first and second with 1 out. Now we'll see what Matt Larkin can do. Runner in scoring position. Pitch is taken on the inside top corner for a strike. Larkin on the season, not a great offensive production kind of season, as he waves and misses at that to fall behind 0-2. Just a 190 average and a 584 OPS. It's been a bit of a struggle for him, but he's good behind the plate, so they have to keep him in the lineup and hope that the offense will come. That pitch misses well upstairs, 1-2. Puello trying to get a big second out here with first and second. Runners aboard, and he will with the swing and a miss. That's his third strikeout of the outing so far.
Now batting number 16, left fielder, Jordan Monroe.
So now 2 away, and Jordan Monroe will come out to back, getting the start in left field today. That pitch is in there for a strike. Monroe a 222 average and 652 OPS. He's got 14 hits and 8 RBIs. Bulls hoping he can at least bring home one run here. Puello trying to find the third out of the inning. This one's cracked out into center field for a base hit. It'll get by Luke Wilson, so a run will score, and chugging around the bases is Xander Meisner, so a good knock there. Double for Jordan Monroe does the job, and Lethbridge leads 2-0.
Now batting the center fielder, number 10, Jalen Ryan.
So for Monroe, he's up to 10 RBIs now on the season. Number 9 hitter is Jalen Ryan. Ryan will get a look at a first pitch that just misses. Ryan, a more recent addition to this ball club, as it's on the ground and it somehow gets by Akeda in a center field. That's going to allow Monroe to score, and he'll make it 3-0.
Now batting second baseman, number 5, Tetsu Nishida.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are calling an error?
Well, the second for the run into home.
Okay. Back to the top of the order, Nishida will take the first pitch for a ball. So an infield hit and then run scoring on the error. That one knocked down by Akeda. He's not going to have a play. It's been a tough past couple batters for Akeda.
Now batting right fielder, number 4, Easton Katura.
Easton Katura was retired via flyout in the top of the first. First pitch below the zone for ball 1. Three runs in here in the second after Lethbridge was stifled in the first. And now Couture jumps ahead 2-0. We were mentioning the 2 RBIs for Monroe. And to show you how good Lethbridge has been offensively this season, that makes Monroe the 13th player with double-digit RBIs on the team. That one is in there for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. Of course, leading the way in that regard is Joshua Milton. As far as players in this game, Jack Wheatley leading the charge with 14. Count is even now 2-2. Puello trying to find a way out of the inning here. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 aboard, top second. Pitch on the way is clubbed foul right in front of our viewing area. Overcast day here. A little bit of blue sky still visible, but not the same kind of sun that we were having on Wednesday and Thursday last week. The count runs full on a good take. Somehow was able to hold the swing on that, and the count is now 3-2. So Puello will take another shot at getting out of this jam. Runners are off. This one's clubbed on the ground. Akeda this time able to scoop and throw to Burnett just in time to get the out. That's the inning, but Lethbridge manages to plate a trio of runs. They lead 3-0. We go bottom second.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
We'll go to the bottom of the second here with the score now 3-0 in favor of the Lethbridge Bulls. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Cactus Rats here in the bottom of the second inning. Luke Wilson will lead things off. Wilson getting the start in left field today. He was the DH in the second half of the doubleheader and left field in the first half. Wilson didn't have a good first game in that doubleheader, but he did manage to get on board twice, including a base hit in game number 2. That one in the evening. First pitch is in there for a strike from Getz. So Wilson hoping to continue that trend upward, and the pitch nearly hits him. Well over top of his head there, as he had to duck out of the way. So the count now 1-1. Getz will try to shake that off as he deals and does come back into the zone. 1-2. Of course, we saw a worse pitch in Major League Baseball last night in the Giants-Angels game, where the pitch just literally looked like a flight taken off from the airport with how high it went up, as Wilson is down on strikes for the first out. That'll bring up Dan Kawanishi in his familiar spot at shortstop and batting 7th. Kawanishi, 279 average, 805 OPS. He's got 34 hits and 20 RBIs. Got a powerful bat on the season so far, and he'll fall behind 0-1. The pitch was so far out of the zone that when you looked on MLB Game Day, you normally see where the pitches are, like they'll place it on the screen, and the pitch was so far outside of the zone that it did not appear on that screenshot. So it missed in short by a heck of a lot, as Kawanishi clubs that one foul. 1-2 the count. Ultimately, though, like Getz, the Giants pitcher did recover from that, and they would end up walking off. Kawanishi puts this on the ground. It's scooped up as short by Luke Wheatley. The throw to first is just in time for the second out. Akeda now will come up to bat. You see the throw there was just in time. Perfect scoop and toss by the shortstop, Luke Wheatley. Over to Meisner. Ikeda will jump ahead in the count 1-0. Ikeda on the season, 278 average and 835 OPS. 30 hits and 17 RBI. He's ahead here, 2-0. Trying to find a way on board and puts a charge into that one. That will do the job. It gets down in shallow center field for a base hit. So Ikeda is aboard on his first at bat. And they'll bring up Casey Prechak starting behind the dish today. Prechak did not play either half of the doubleheader, although we did see him earlier on the week as he played on Wednesday against Saskatoon. He'll take the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Prechak in that game did get aboard via the walk. Check back over to first to chase Ikeda in there. Prechak does not have a hit yet so far with the Cactus Rats. 1-0, and he'll dice that foul right back to where we are. 1-1. Top of the order looms on deck. Simmons saw just one pitch and popped it out to first base. Pitch on the way, this one right at first, and the easy snare by Meisner will end things in the bottom of the second. Cactus Rats get another base runner and can't do much with it. We'll go to the third inning. It's still 3-0 Lethbridge. You're on FloCollege.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
Top of the third inning, the Bulls leading 3-0. We get a look at the batters that have helped contribute to that. They were retired in order in the first and then managed to plate 3 in the second, 2 on a double by Monroe and then 1 on error. Puello will look to put that inning behind him, and we'll see 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Jack Wheatley grounded out to short to end the first inning in his last at bat. And the first pitch, not close. A 1-0 count to start. A little bit of an old school vibe with the uniforms. We know we've been seeing the Cactus Rats testing out their alternates throughout the homestand, as that one's in there for a strike. Going back with the home whites, contrasting the burgundy outfits there with Lethbridge script for the Bulls. This one's powered on the ground to second base. Akeda, the throw on the run is in time, and once again, Wheatley is retired via ground out.
Now that third baseman number 8, Zach Cabrera.
It'd be nice though. Lots of times, like when we went to Lethbridge, the Lethbridge photography crew.
Zach Kavanaugh hit a long single in the leading off the top of the second. Went darn near to the wall, but good throw back into the diamond. Forced him to stay at first. He'll foul the first pitch off. And I mentioned that outfit tidbit because in Major League Baseball, it's Hall of Fame weekend. And so one of the good things about Hall of Fame weekend, as that pitch is for a strike 0-2, is that all of the MLB teams go with throwback hats for the Hall of Fame weekend. Pitch is taken. It's a good take there by Kavanaugh, 1-2. And it varies what era teams throw back to because, of course, some of them, like Arizona and Tampa Bay, don't have much to throw back to, having only come into the league in 98, as Kavanaugh's thrown out on the ground out. 2 ground outs to Akeda as he also puts the second inning behind him. 2 quick outs, and Luke Wheatley, who struck out his last time up, will get another at bat. So, for instance, with the likes of Arizona, you have a throwback to the purple and teal days. The Blue Jays, of course, they already have their common throwback cap with the vintage version of the Blue Jay at the maple leaf on the side. Not sure which one I like more. I like both renderings of that Blue Jay logo are pretty good. 2-0 the count here against Luke Wheatley. And then some teams who have been around for a lot longer get to go even further back, with the likes of Detroit and Philadelphia, again to go back to the 1910s. Buello deals 2-1, and they say Wheatley went around 2-2. Chance to get out of the inning here for Buello with nothing allowed. As he comes set and deals 2-2. Upstairs, good take, full count. And then some teams, it can be considered a throwback, but not really because they don't change their caps too much. Of course, the New York Mets are one of them, where their cap is the black with blue and orange trim. Pitch is fouled off, and Wheatley stays alive. Texas also, their cap hasn't changed much, and they're only going with the 2001 to 2003 cap. So it really depends on what kind of throwback it is. Some it's not a throwback at all, and then some of them it's a really cool historic throwback. Another full count pitch, a swing and a miss in the dirt, and they'll throw it to first to complete the putout. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulls here. Buello gets through the inning, easy breezy. We'll go bottom third. It's still 3-0 Lethbridge on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Bulls are retired in order in the top half of the third. We'll go to the bottom half now. Top three in the order due up for Energy City. David Simmons will lead things off as we get a look at Brett Getsy's through 2 innings without allowing a run and just 2 hits so far. Cactus Rats have only had 1 runner in scoring position through the first 2 innings. David Simmons popped out to first on 1 pitch his last time up. Of course, Simmons came up huge in the 2 games against Sylvan Lake. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball 1. That included a home run in the first game and then a critical sacrifice bunt effectively in the second game in extra innings. Once again, taking the pitch inside, twisting out of the way, 2-0.
I have one in my bag. I'll get you the. There's no water, right? No.
3-0 now. And we were mentioning with the Hall of Fame weekend hats, 2 of them in particular are deliberate because they're playing the Field of Dreams game as well this weekend. That pitch will find the zone, 3-1 the count. And that is, of course, the Phillies and the Twins who are playing out in Iowa this weekend. Minnesota doing a throwback to their 1987 uniforms with when they won the World Series. Count runs full. And the Phillies going back with, as we mentioned earlier, the 1910 style uniforms. Always love seeing the Field of Dreams game. The 2021 edition remains unmatched, but no matter what year it is, that's one of the best games on the MLB slate. The full count pitch is down below the zone, and Simmons is aboard. So I'll bring up Caden Allen, who had an infield single his last time up. Managed to hustle out the throw to first. Not only that, forced the throw to be a bit offline. Swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off. Simmons a healthy lead off the bag at first. And I guess to conclude the hats segment, the most interesting one has to be for the Dodgers, who, of course, their history traces back to Brooklyn for close to half a century there, as the pitch is in for a strike, 0-2. And so their cap is kind of a pinstripe one with a letter B logo. Always found it interesting that they always do those Brooklyn throwbacks once in a while. They'll chase Simmons back to the bag. Will the pitcher gets. But always the most favorite part of the MLB schedule, the Hall of Fame weekend. Pitch on the way is inside. Allen dances out of the way of that. 1-2. Carson Burnett is on deck. He drew a walk his last time up. Cactus Rats trying to make something happen here in the third inning. Upstairs, good take, 2-2. Allen trying to continue his scathing hot week. He'll swing and miss at that one. Simmons slides in the second safely. He's not going to be able to advance as the throw is backed up, but he does get a scoring position despite the strikeout to Allen. There's one away.
Now batting number 21, Carson Burnett.
So with one out, a chance for Burnett to make something happen. Of course, the Cactus Rats were in this position 2 innings ago with a runner in scoring position and one out. Could not make anything happen out of that. End up stranding 2 base runners. Burnett jumps ahead, 1-0 in the count. Only one other game going on at this exact moment, and boy, is it already action-packed. And in the most surprising way, as this one is fouled off, 1-1. Somehow the Swift Current 57s are taking on the Moose Jaw Miller Express, the division-leading Miller Express, and they're down 7-1 to Swift Current in just the third inning. Baseball is an interesting sport sometimes. It doesn't matter where you are in the standings. Any given game can be the game where the division leader gets a little humbled. And that pitch will hit Burnett on the foot, so they will have 2 runners aboard with 1 out here. Will the home side. Steve Furman popped out to second base his last time up. That was back in the first inning as well. Burnett shaking off the hit by pitch, standing in at first base. First pitch on the way from Getz is fought off foul by Furman. Swift Current 7 runs on 7 hits. They had a 3-run first inning and a 4-run second. And that, by the way, is the first game of a doubleheader between those two teams. They have second half of the doubleheader scheduled for 7 p.m. first pitch. Ball's in the dirt, but it's well blocked, and
your neighbors,
neither runner
your
will be able to
friends,
advance.
And your strongest advocates.
As far as other games that are taking place, Weyburn and Medicine Hat out in the East Division. Then we got Okotoks against Brooks, Regina against Fort McMurray, and Saskatoon taking on Sylvan Lake. Regina and Fort McMurray are the other 2 opponents that the Cactus Rats will see here at the ballpark this season. 2-1 count. Regina will be in town Monday and Tuesday, and then Fort McMurray coming in a week later to close things out. Of course, Fort McMurray, one of 2 teams trying to chase the Cactus Rats as that pitch is taken for ball 3. Both them and Brooks are the 2 teams trailing, but Energy City has games in hand on both. Effectively, the Cactus Rats control their own destiny for that 4th and final spot. Furman manages to fight that pitch off. And he's got a full count. Still 1 out and 2 runners aboard. Pitch on the way from Getz is upstairs, ball 4, and the bases are juiced with 1 out. Liam Kirsch grounded into a fielder's choice to end the top of the first in his last at bat. Getz is in a jam now, as through 2 walks and a hit by pitch, he has loaded up the bases. Now a chance for Kirsch to make something happen. Pitch is in the dirt, smothered again by Larkin. Count starts off at 1-0. That Saskatoon-Sylvan Lake game will be a good one. We saw both teams earlier on this homestand, and especially in the case of Saskatoon, saw just how much of a threat they are. 1-0, taken up in the top of the zone, 1-1 the count. Right behind Kirsch is Luke Wilson, who struck out his last time up. Simmons at third, Burnett at second, and Furman at first. Pitch misses, 2-1. We mentioned this at the start of the game. Both starting pitchers have more walks than strikeouts, and especially in Getz's case, we're starting to see the effects of that here. 2-1 count. Bases already full. Does manage to find the top of the zone, 2-2. Even a sac fly will do the job to bring home a run. But Kirsch would like a hit here. Here comes the 2-2. It's down below the zone. Count is full. Home side trying to get back into this game, make it a little closer. 3-2, bottom third, bases loaded. Gets ready, deals, it's powered on the ground, foul. And we'll do it all over again. Kirsch looking for a hit here. Gets somehow looking for a second out. Pitch is in the dirt, ball 4. That'll walk home a run. That is 3 base on balls in the inning, and it gives Energy City their first run. I'll bring Coach out to the mound for a visit. Gets largely cruised through the first 2 innings. Has suddenly run into trouble here in the third. So it'll be up to Luke Wilson here. Try and make something happen, and remember, he did get a base hit in his first at-bat last game. Was also hit into a fielder's choice, and if it's deep enough in the infield, the fielder's choice will also do the job to bring a run home. Swinging on the first pitch and missing.
Yeah, maybe.
0-1 count. Gets coming set. Deals. This one's powered right to short. This could be two. Throw to second, one on to first. Just in time, and a great play by the first baseman Meisner to hold his foot on the bag. That's it for Energy City, but they do at least get on the board. A run walks home. It's 3-1 as we go to the fourth inning here on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Pennywise is also playing tonight. If we wrap this game up early enough, I might try and go to that.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a dollar short, so I've never heard of it. Isn't that a horror film?
So the home side gets a run in the third inning and makes it a little closer as we go to the top of the fourth. 6, 7, and 8 due up in the order for Lethbridge. Last time up for Xander Meisner, he had a base hit. Meisner was one of 2 base hits that set the stage for the 2-run double by Jordan Munro, who will be one of the 3 due up this inning. Fouls that pitch off, and the count goes to 1-1. Mentioned this is the first game of a 3-game series between these two teams. They have a doubleheader tomorrow, 12:35 first pitch for the first game, and then 3:05 first pitch for the second game, and we've already seen a 3:05 start on this homestand. That was on Thursday. That was a pretty good afternoon game. Saw the Cactus Rats roll to a 10-1 victory over Sylvan Lake, as Meisner is ahead in the count here. It's 3-1. Puello deals and cannot locate the zone, so for the second time, Meisner is aboard.
Now batting number 23, Matt Larkin.
So for Matt Larkin, he'll try and bounce back after striking out in his first at bat. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Puello has had 2 3-up, 3-down innings. Trouble in the second. Now having a bit of difficulty locating the zone here in the fourth. Two and 0 count, of course, with the doubleheader on deck tomorrow. Cactus Rats would like to not have to go to their bullpen right away. 3 and 0 on Larkin. And this 3-game series is not the last time these two teams will see each other this season. A good take just off the plate. And 2 are aboard via walk here in the inning.
Now batting left fielder number 16, Jordan Monroe.
I'll bring Jordan Blundell out to the mound for a visit to try and settle Puello down. These two teams, of course, play July 30th, 31st, Thursday and Friday. It's 2 games out in Lethbridge at Spitz Stadium. And 7:10 first pitches for both. Unfortunately, it's not really mathematically possible that the Cactus Rats can catch the Bulls, who are in 3rd place, while Energy City sits 4th. Even if the Cactus Rats were to win all 5 games, they'd still be a decent chunk back in the standings of Lethbridge. Top 3 teams in the West Division have just been that good this season. This one is chopped on the ground. Puello will field that, go to the easy play at first. Burnett records the out. It's now 2nd and 3rd with 1 out as the runners advance. But they get the out of Monroe, who had the 2-run double. Effectively, it works as a bunt, though, for Monroe, and it will bring up Jalen Ryan, who managed to score a run even though an error was involved in the play. Back in the 2nd inning, first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. So with not being able to catch Lethbridge, as we mentioned, for the Cactus Rats, it's about securing that 4th spot. Which in that regard, they at least have a decent cushion built up. Puello finds the zone on that one, 2-1 the count. This one's chopped on the ground. It will stay fair. Simmons goes for the play at home, and the throw is in time and on line. They will tag the runner out, so fielder's choice prevents a run from scoring. Great heads-up awareness by Simmons, noticing the runner taken off, and he didn't need to. Neither of those runners really did, but they will nonetheless. It's a 5-2 putout, and that'll turn the lineup over with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Tetsu Nishida will bat for the 3rd time. Pitch is in there for a strike. Nishida also reached on error in the 2nd inning. He struck out in his first at bat before that. 1-1 count. That was a great play by Simmons to make sure the run didn't score. Now the Cactus Rats can get out of the inning without giving up a run as Puello jumps ahead 1-2.
One more, buddy. 1 more. You got this.
Easton Katura on deck is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. Puello comes set, deals the 1-2, and it's chopped inside out. A great leaping play by Kawanishi to record the 3rd out of the inning. And indeed, the Cactus Rats keep the Bulls off the board once again. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 3-1 here on FloCollege.
Top of the 4th inning, saw the Bulls get 1 hit.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
We go to the bottom of the fourth, still a 3-1 score. Lethbridge leading over the home side Energy City Cactus Rats, who were down 3-0 heading into the bottom third, did at least get a run back, and will look to continue to chip away at the existing lead Brett gets into his fourth inning of work. Has only given up 2 hits so far. Did run into a little bit of base path chaos in the last inning as he did load the bases, but got out of the inning with only the 1 run plated, so he'll look to keep that up. Getz will get a look at 7, 8, 9 in the Cactus Rats order once again. Second time through the order. Dan Kawanishi will lead things off. Kawanishi grounded out to short his last time up. Pitch is in there for a strike after this inning. Both teams will have completed 2 times through the order. Lethbridge started off their 3rd time through the order, and Kawanishi recorded the out on a perfectly timed leap to snare it on the lineout for the 3rd out. He's even in the count here against Getz, 1-1. Getz deals, cannot find the bottom half of the zone, and Kawanishi now ahead. After today's game, a total of 10 games, 11 games left for Energy City, matching the jersey number Kawanishi, who is ahead in the count here, 3-1. 11 games left here in the stretch drive to seal their playoff positioning, as Kawanishi fouls that off. Past couple of seasons haven't really gone the team's way, but they've been able to put it together here in 2026. Return to the playoffs would be beautiful. Getz deals, and once again, Kawanishi fouls it off to stay alive. Of course, in terms of playoff history, these two teams have a fair bit of it going back 5 years, especially to the WCBL final in 2021. Lethbridge claiming the championship that year, but both games were pretty fun to experience. A good take by Kawanishi just outside of the zone. He's aboard on a walk. Lethbridge with action in their bullpen, of course. This game matters just as much to them as it does to Energy City. They are a game and a half back to Sylvan Lake, but they have 3 games in hand, and you would figure they do not want to spoil those games in hand. As Getz misses with the first pitch to Ikeda, who singled his last time up. Getz has only allowed 2 hits, but he's had a bit of trouble here second time through the order with not being able to locate the zone. And he has fallen behind on Ikeda 2-0. Kawanishi just a shallow lead off first. Pitch on the way to Ikeda, and that will find the top of the zone and bring the count to 2-1. Pitch on the way at the knees and below the knees, 3-1. Ikeda ahead here in the count. Trying to get aboard for the second time. Getz will look Kawanishi back to the bag, check in, and a little bit of rain starting to drop, but don't think it'll be too much. Sun is still out, so just kind of a sprinkle. As the 3-1 on the way to Ikeda twists him inside out, he'll foul that one off, and the count runs full. Lethbridge, by the way, they do have a couple of games remaining against Sylvan Lake, and fortunately for them, as Kawanishi takes off, it's ball 4 anyway. So now it's first and second, still nobody out. Back-to-back walks to start the inning. I'll bring up Casey Prachak, who grounded out to first, and the top or bottom of the second his last time up. First pitch on the way, he shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1. So 2 home games against Sylvan Lake for Lethbridge. Those will certainly be must watch, but for Lethbridge, of course, they have to win their games in hand to really have a shot of securing the second seed in the West and home field in the first round, as Getz disengages, looks the runners back to their bags. August 1st and 2nd, those will be ones to circle. They do also have one more game remaining against the division-leading Okotoks Dogs, as the count now goes to 2-0. So still a lot to be determined as far as playoff seeding, especially in the West Division. And you got to look at just why and just how much these games matter to Lethbridge. Getz has fallen behind here again, 3-0. In danger of loading the bases for a second straight inning. Ball 4, and indeed, he does load the bases on just 4 pitches. After Prachak was showing bunt the entire time. I'll bring a mound visit about, and that might be all that Getz will see. So Getz is done after just 3+ innings. We'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
But we couldn't do that, so.
Well, you come prepared for everything. I come prepared. Huh. You obviously were a Boy Scout. No, I never was. Oh, really?
New pitcher into the game for the Lethbridge Bulls will be Bryce McGuire. The right-hander has thrown 20 innings so far on the season.
I wanted to be.
It's given up 17 runs, 16 of them earned on 21 hits. He's officially credited with a 2-1 record. Most importantly, McGuire, strikeout to walk ratio is 16-6. Boy, do the Bulls need a strikeout here as Cactus Rats have the bases juiced with nobody out. And bringing up the top half of their order, top third of their order here. Dave Simmons will lead things off. He walked his last time up. And that second time through the order, Getz walked 6 of the 9 batters that he faced. 7 walks total for Getz, and we mentioned that is kind of an issue that he has dealt with on the season, so cost him an opportunity to go 3 times through the order here. The first pitch on the way to Simmons is in for a strike. Sorry, what's his name? Correction, that is Rory McDonald, the right-hander. Was listed as somebody different, but Rory McDonald is in a 1-1 count here with Dave Simmons. Two 2-1 count now against Simmons. Simmons trying to play to run here. Cactus Rats are only down by 2. Trying to bring it to even. This one's on the infield grass. Picked up, throw to home is offline. A run scores. For some reason, McDonald tried to go to home. Looking for the force, but could not get it. Maybe the easier play would have been to just erase the runner at first. Instead, it's still bases full, no outs, and now a 3-2 game.
That's got to be a hit because he was almost at home plate when he threw that ball there. Well, wait a minute. How did he get the ball? So the ball was hit to him. Yeah. He bobbled it. And then by the time he threw. No.
So that brings up Caden Allen. A run is in here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Allen jumps on the first pitch, punts it out to left field, base hit. That'll score a run. Everybody moves up 90 feet, and the game is tied on the RBI single by Caden Allen. He is 2 for 3 on the evening so far. Back-to-back singles, and now Carson Burnett comes up here with the score now tied, 3-3. 2 runs are in. Bases remain loaded with nobody out. Burnett jumps on the first pitch. Golf to third. Throw home. And it was offline. Another run scores. That's twice they've tried to go home and can't record the out. And the Cactus Rats have the lead. 4-3, the home side leads the score. And now Steve Furman. Chance to do some more damage is still bases loaded, nobody out, and Furman takes the first pitch for a ball. That was consecutive RBI base hits and then an error. Boy, Furman would love to put one out of the yard here if he could. And a home run cut on that, but he misses. 1-1. Simmons at third, Allen at second, Burnett at first. Furman trying to bring them all home. Swings right through that, 1-2. Liam Kirsch is on deck. He's reached via walk and also as a fielder's choice. One-two count. Pitch on the way to Furman and a swing and a miss. That's the first out of the inning. No, it looks like he got a piece. I thought he completely missed, but no, he did not. So count remains 1-2. Certainly had me fooled. This is why we have the scores there, and that one will not be a foul ball. If it was, it's in the catcher's mitt. Out either way for Furman. He does strike out in the end. And again, a much-needed first out for Lethbridge after the Bulls have fallen behind. It'll be up to Liam Kirsch now to make something happen. McDonald looks in, deals, and does find the zone for a strike to start things off. Regina and Fort McMurray just getting underway right now. Only other game that's on in progress currently is Moose Jaw Swift Current. The Miller Express have gotten one of those runs back, but they still trail by a healthy 7-2 margin. That game in the bottom of the fourth, like this one is. Kirsch has a 1-1 count here. Trying to get on board against Rory McDonald and bring home a run. Pitch in the dirt, 2-1 the count. Kirsch a step out of the box and a step back in. McDonald was brought on to preserve the 3-1 lead, has not been able to succeed in that regard. But trying still to get his team out of the inning. That pitch misses upstairs, 3-1. Kirsch's walk last time brought home a run. Walk here does exactly the same thing. Three-1 is taken in the zone, runs the count full. Luke Wilson on deck is 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded into a double play. That double play came with the bases loaded and ended the threat in the third inning. Kirsch jumps on this one, powers it out to center field. Back in front of the wall making the catches. Jalen Ryan run tags. And scoring on the play is Simmons to make it a 5-3 game sacrifice fly for Kirsch. So that does the job to give a little bit of insurance for the Cactus Rats. Kirsch giving the scouting report to Kawanishi. Should Kawanishi come up to bat first, it's Luke Wilson. I was talking about the first was interacting with Kawanishi, who's on deck. Wilson taking the first pitch for a ball. So it's first and second with 2 outs now. Still a chance for Wilson to bring home some more runs. Trying to do just that, but he'll golf that into the bullpen foul. And the count runs to 1-1. Wilson singled the last game that the Cactus Rats played a couple nights ago. Trying to do likewise here. Jumps ahead in the count, 2-1. Just a base hit would probably do the job with Allen's speed on the base paths. Pitch on the way from McDonald is in there for a strike. Evens things up, 2-2 the count. Allen and Burnett remain at their bases. Kawanishi on deck, hoping he can get an at-bat in this inning. 2-2 on the way to Wilson is swung on and missed. They'll be forced to wait. That ends the threat, but 4 runs are in here in the 4th inning for the Energy City Cactus Rats. They lead 5-3 as we go top 5 here on FloCollege.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Justin Puello out there for a 5th inning of work with his team finally getting some run support for him. As the Cactus Rats have a 5-3 lead, we go to the top of the 5th. Puello would love to get through this inning and eventually leave in line for the win. We'll get a look at 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for the Bulls. Easton Coutura leading things off. And the pitch is outside of the zone for ball 1. Coutura has flown out and grounded out so far in this game. Another pitch on the way from Puello, misses. So tough outing for Brett Getz. Goes 3 innings plus 3 batters in the 4th. Puello falling behind 3-0. Only gave up 2 hits, but It ends up resulting in 4 runs as the runners aboard had been his responsibility. 3-1 the count. Of course, walks were the issue. He issued 7 of them. Throughout the course of the outing, Couture is going to be aboard with a walk, speaking of which. Runner aboard here in the 5th inning for Lethbridge.
Now batting number 7, Jack Wheatley, designated hitter.
Jack Wheatley is grounded out twice, once second, once to short. A little bit of an uncharacteristic start to the evening for him. He falls behind here 0-1. Normally one of the best batting options for Lethbridge. So 4 runs on 2 hits, 7 walks are part of the issue for Getz. He does, however, record 2 strikeouts. Is night done? This one's powered into left field for a base hit. Katura forced to hold at second as Wilson gets it back in a hurry. But the first 2 runners have reached. Jack Wheatley, his first hit of the evening. Not much activity in the Cactus Rats bullpen as they're hoping Puello can get them through the 5th. One 0 count against Kavanaugh. Pitch on the way just above the zone, 2-0. Now there is somebody up in the home side's bullpen. Puello has given up 3 walks in this outing so far. In danger of giving up another one here. 3-0 the count against Kavanaugh. Down in the dirt, ball 4. And so, like Energy City, the last half inning, Lethbridge gets the bases juiced with nobody out.
Now batting shortstop, number 9,
And that might be all for Puello, so he tries to get through the 5th inning, but is unable to. It'll be lifted in favor of a guy out of the pen. We'll have the pitcher for you when we come back.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
New pitcher into the game for the Cactus Rats is Daniel Payton, the right-hander tasked with keeping his team's lead intact here. It's a 5-3 Energy City lead, but Lethbridge has the bases full with nobody out. Payton on the season, a has pitched 5 2/3 innings, a 9.53 ERA. He's given up 7 runs, 6 of them earned on 8 hits. He has a strikeout to walk ratio of 4-6. So Cactus Rats forced to go to their bullpen a little earlier than they would have liked, given the doubleheader on deck tomorrow.
Number 25, Xander Meister.
Luke Wheatley has struck out twice. He'll be up to bat here to try and make something happen. And swings and misses on the first pitch. So Puello's outing ends. He pitches into the 5th inning, and that's as far as he's able to go. 4 innings plus 3 batters. All runners on base his responsibility. He's otherwise given up 3 runs so far on 4 hits, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts, before giving way to number 4, who deals 0-1 and gets ahead in the count with another strike. 0-2. As he gets the swing and a miss from Luke Wheatley. Couture at third, Jack Wheatley at second, Zach Kavanaugh at first. Luke Wheatley trying to bring home any or all of them. Powers that one out to short. They'll go to Akeda at second for 1, on to first. Double play. Run does score, but that's 2 big outs for Energy City on the 6-4-3.
Now batting, first baseman, number 25, Xander Meister.
5-4 the score. Runner on third, but 2 away, so the sacrifice fly out of the equation at least. Xander Meisner takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Meisner has reached base both times. He's got a base hit and a walk. Peyton has a chance to get out of this inning with just the 1 run being allowed. One and 1 count. Peyton comes set, deals upstairs and just above the zone. Swift Current has tacked on to their massive lead against Moose Jaw, who would have had them leading 13-2 over the division-leading Miller Express. What a game that's turning out to be. Swing and a miss there from Meisner, 2-2. And Peyton a chance to put him out on strikes. Big pitch on the way here from the right-hander. Peyton deals. It's on the ground. Over to third. Simmons picks up, and it was foul. It just rolled over the line. Would have been a tough play for Simmons, so I'm pretty sure he'll be okay with that rolling foul. We'll do it all over again. Meisner trying to make it 3 straight times, getting aboard. Peyton looking for this big third out. As he comes set, and another 2-2 on the way. Upstairs, full count. Meisner in all 3 of his at-bats has seen at least 5 pitches. He has been a tough out to get. 3-2. On the ground, back to Peyton. He snares it. He'll go to the bag himself. He'll get Energy City out of the inning with just the 1 run coming across, and the Cactus Rats still lead. It's 5-4 as we go bottom 5 here at FloCollege.
more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Once again, the Lethbridge Bulls will go to the bullpen. Rory McDonald at least gets them through the 4th inning, but he gave up some runs in the process. He'll be charged with one of those, which currently is the go-ahead run for the Cactus Rats. Jacob McAdams now on in relief. Seen a fair bit of McAdams on the season. He has pitched 21 innings so far. Not a great ERA, as he has given up 27 runs, 26 earned on 25 hits. Now, on 36 hits. Now, here's the thing is he has 25 strikeouts to 14 walks. So kind of a boomer bust kind of reliever. Good at getting strikeouts, but has given up fair bit of hits and base runners in the process. Kawanishi checks his swing, the appeal to first, and he went around. It looked like he had held up, but he did not. So the count starts 0-1. McAdams facing 7, 8, and 9. In the order for Energy City, Kawanishi puts this on the ground, and that gets by the second baseman, Nishida, who had trouble scooping that up. Kawanishi is aboard for the 2nd time in a row. That's going to be an error charge to Nishida. So Kawanishi reaches. Hikaru Ikeda has reached base both times he's been up. He's got a single and a walk. Jumps ahead here 1-0. McAdams deals and cannot find the zone. Final line for Justin Puello is filled with 4s. 4 innings plus, 4 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. But it does the job to have his team ahead, as this one's powered out to right center field. On the run, making the catch is Jalen Ryan. Kawanishi will retreat to first. That's the first out of the inning. Casey Prechak is 0 for 1, but he walked his last time up. Ground out to first base. In his first at bat. Kawanishi thinking about a steal, not going yet, as the first pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1 count facing Prechak, who jumps on this pitch, powers it deep into right field. This one is going to stay in the yard as Katura gets underneath that to make the catch for out number 2.
Just a bit too high.
Lineup will be turned over at the very least, and Dave Simmons got fourth at bat here. Simmons has reached base each of the last 2 times. He is 1 for 2 RBI infield singles last time up. So after that initial batter reaches, 2 straight retired on flyouts, McAdams looking for another out here. Preserve the 5-4 score, and Simmons jumps on the first pitch. That's also out into right field, having to come in a bit, but making the catch all the same is Ryan. And they do nothing with the leadoff error due to the Cactus Rats. They still hold a 5-4 lead, though, as we go top 6 here on FloCollege.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Daniel Payton came on in relief in the 5th inning. He got all 3 outs for that inning. Inherited a bases loaded, no out situation. And only 1 run scores on a ground into double play for Lethbridge. So Payton will get another inning of work. He'll start with the first pitch strike. Most of Payton's 10 pitches in that inning were to get Xander Meisner out on a grounder. 1-1 the count. He otherwise got that double play induced on just 3 pitches. So he's capable of giving the Energy City at least another inning of work here. Pitch just above the zone upstairs, 2-1.
Strike, ball, or sorry, ball, strike. No, strike, ball, and ball. My bad.
2-1 on the way. This one's powered out into left field. Diving and making the catch is Luke Wilson. What a play by the left fielder, Wilson, to get the first out of the inning. What a defensive effort there, as you just saw, as he sells out to make that catch. There's 1 away, and that'll bring up Jordan Monroe. Monroe 1 for 2. He has the only extra base hit for anybody in this game, a 2-run double that came back in the 2nd inning. Lethbridge led 3-0 as the pitch is taken 4-ball. They led 3-0, but over the 2 innings, the Cactus Rats played at 5. And they have not relinquished the lead since that point of going up 5-3. Pitch on the way, that's scorched right at Akeda, who snares it, turns around, throw to first. Burnett makes sure he steps on the bag, and Monroe is retired, 2 away. Tough 4-3 put out, but they get it done, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Jalen Ryan. Ryan, RBI single, grounded to fielder's choice. The fielder's choice is a pretty big one in retrospect, as they got the out at home plate, prevented Lethbridge from scoring. And with just a 1-run lead, that looms large here. This one's tapped on the ground, right at Kawanishi at short. Throw to first, brought Burnett off the bag, and so Ryan will reach. Looks like that'll be an error as the throw just got a bit away from Kawanishi. And that turns the lineup over. Tetsu Nishida is 0 for 3. He has reached on error. That ball gets away from the catcher, Prechak, and advances Ryan 90 feet. So a 1-0 count against the leadoff hitter, Nishida. Top 3 of the Lethbridge batting order has had a bit of struggles to start this game, and looks like they'll add to that. Nishida pops that one out to left field, and Wilson makes the catch. So the runner reaches on error. That is all for naught. They'll leave him stranded. Cactus Rats get the out and go to the bottom of the 6th. Still leading 5-4 here on FloCollege.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Wind's starting to pick up a bit. We'll race towards the finish line here. Cactus Rats have a 5-4 lead as we go bottom 6, and back out there for a second inning of work is Jacob McAdams. McAdams only allowed 1 base runner last inning. Kawanishi reached on error, and then that was all she wrote. Caden Allen will lead things off. He is 2 for 3 of the pair of base hits. Make that 3 for 4 with 3 base hits. Caden Allen on the first pitch is aboard. Have a day. He has been hot throughout this entire homestand. Base hit, Caden Allen. Threw into right field on the ground. Yeah. So Allen is aboard, and Carson Burnett will come up to bat. Pitch in the dirt is blocked by the catcher Larkin. 1-0 the count. You're on Burnett, who has reached base in 3 different ways without getting a hit. He has walked, he's hit by pitch, and then reached on error. Not often you're able to pull that off, but Burnett has had that happen to him here. Next pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Wind picking up, but that's all we're dealing with right now is a little bit of breeziness. McAdams deals. Burnett powers that into center field. That will get down as well. Back-to-back base hits. Burnett has reached base 4 times in 4 different ways.
Now batting center field, number 13, Steve Furman.
So with nobody out, the Cactus Rats are in business here. 2 hits to start the inning, and that'll bring up Steve Furman. Furman 0 for 2, but he has reached base with a walk at least. Not quite the offensive power night that he has been accustomed to throughout this homestand. Pitch on the way, Furman bunts. It's a perfect one right in front of the dish. They're not going to have a play. It's an infield single. Great piece of hitting by Furman, and the bases are full with nobody out once again. So that'll bring up Liam Kirsch. He's already walked and had a sacrifice fly. Sac fly here would give a bit of insurance, but you would like to get on board with a hit. Pops the first pitch, foul out of play. Any which way the Cactus Rats could get insurance would be beautiful here. Bottom of the 6th, trying to put this game a little further out of reach, get some distance between them and Lethbridge. Ball is in the dirt, that gets away, that's gonna score a run. That will do the job. Caden Allen comes home on the wild pitch. It's now 6-4. And both other runners advance 90 feet, so it's now Burnett at third and Furman at second base. Kirsch remains in, ahead in the, or even in the count, sorry, 1-1. He'll pop this one up. In a right field, long run, but making the catch is the right fielder, Katura, for the first out. Both runners are forced to hold with how shallow that fly was.
Now batting shortstop, number 11, correction, Luke Wilson.
So Luke Wilson will come up to bat. Wilson so far 0 for 3. He would like to turn that around right now. It's a 6-4 lead for the Cactus Rats with 1 out here in the 6th. And McAdams takes an extra second to get set. Activity in the Cactus Rats bullpen, so Daniel Payton got them through 2 innings. We'll see if they go to the pen for a different reliever in the 7th. 1-0, Wilson jumping ahead. McAdams deals, cannot find the zone. A good take from Wilson as he looks to get aboard for the first time. It's ahead 2-0. No score in the other games that are currently active except for Moose Jaw Swift Current. 57s look set to cruise to victory. They lead 13-5. First game of a doubleheader out there in Swift. Pitch is fouled off, 2-1 on Wilson. On deck is Dan Kawanishi. He has reached base both via walk and error. 2-1 on the way to Wilson. He tried to golf that one and cannot get it. 2-2. He'd probably like to have that one back, but he'll step into the box once more. One run in here in the 6th inning. Wilson trying to add on. As McAdams deals 2-2. This one's powered out into right center field. This may do the job. Making the catch here is Katura. Tagging and scoring is Carson Burnett. So the Wilson does do the job. Sacrifice fly makes it 7-4 here in the 6th. Furman, in the meantime, advances to 3rd. 2 outs here in the 6th. And Dan Kawanishi will see if he can make it an 8-4 score. Currently, the Cactus Rats lead 7-4 on the sac fly for Wilson. Furman trying to steal home. Is he successful? Yes, he is. What a play. Steve Furman just went for it, and he managed to get in underneath the throw. He shows you how much speed he has on the base pass. Caught everybody off guard and lunged for home plate. Gets in there beneath the tag. 8-4.
Make that anytime. That's balls right there.
Steve Furman with some heads-up base running extends the home team's lead. You don't see that too often, but the guys who are the fastest on the base pass can make it happen. Kawanishi thought about a bunt, but pulls the ball back. Pulls the bat back, 2-0. Ball down below the zone. Kawanishi looking to get aboard with the walk here. Now, I do have to try and familiarize myself. They throw to home, try and get the runner. That also counts the pitch if I'm not mistaken. Kawanishi thought he had gotten ball 4. Instead, it's called a strike by the home plate umpire, Ethan Mays. So, yes, a throw home trying to race the runner does count as a pitch by the looks of it. 3-1 count on Kawanishi, and that's ball 4, and he will be aboard again.
Second baseman number 20,
Hikaru Ikeda has reached base twice, once on a single, once on a walk. Officially 1 for 2, and Lethbridge has had some action going in their pen. It looks like they might turn to a new arm. maybe not right away as it's just a mound visit for the time being. Try and settle McAdams down. He needs just one more out to get through this bottom of the 6th. Mays will signal the mound visit over, and we'll get a 4th look here at Akeda. McAdams got them through the last inning relatively smoothly. Has run to trouble here in the 6th, though. 3 runs across already. Kawanishi is aboard at first. First pitch on the way from McAdams, misses low. When we get to the top of the 7th, 2, 3, and 4 in the order due up for Lethbridge. As Akeda fouls that off, we'll see if it is still Peyton out there or if the activity in the Cactus Rats bullpen signals another reliever about to enter. Keep in mind, these two teams probably don't want to go too deep into their pens tonight with a doubleheader on deck tomorrow. Pitch on the way upstairs, 2-1. Kawanishi just a shallow lead off first base. Not stealing here. This one is popped up. Shallow right field, tracing foul, and that is going to get out of play. And the count goes to 2-2. So Akeda will try all over again. He's had a good eye at the plate so far. Has not taken many strikes. Ball in the dirt, full count. Kawanishi scoots into second. Count runs full on Akeda, so with that stolen base, Kawanishi now in scoring position. He'll be off on the throw with 2 outs here. Pitch is fouled off. It's 3-2, 2 outs, though. That usually means they're running regardless if the pitch is hit.
Yeah, but if it's a ball, you can't go with the
Count remains full as Akeda is really putting up a tough battle here. Kawanishi at second, hoping Akeda has another base hit in him. Akeda already with a hit in this game. Trying to get into McAdams' head. Akeda does have another base hit in him. That's down the line. And it is in fair territory. Akeda will scoot around to second. Kawanishi comes in to score. Make it a 9-4 game for the Cactus Rats. They continue to pile on here in the 6th inning. Great piece of hitting for Akeda. And great base stealing there earlier on the count from Kawanishi. That will be all for McAdams. We'll have a new pitcher into the game for Akeda, by the way. That will be RBI 18. We'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
New pitcher into the game for the Lethbridge Bulls will be Patrick McInnes. So they hoped McAdams would get them through the 6th inning. He does not. So it'll be up to McInnes to record the final out of this inning. He has thrown 7 1/3 innings. No record on the season, 2 runs, both earned, allowed on 4 hits. So he's a rather recent addition. Has a 2.45 ERA for what it's worth, and he might get a bulk outing here, with the Bulls now trailing 9-4. And the first pitch over to Prechak is outside for ball 1. So McAdams, an inning and 2/3, currently 4 runs on 4 hits. Of course, Akeda at second is his responsibility. Pitch misses once again. Prechak seeing the ball well at home plate. Of course, he walked on 4 pitches earlier in this game. Already with 4 runs in the inning, the Cactus Rats would love to turn it over to the top of the lineup again. That pitch is in there for a strike. McInnes comes set and deals a swing and a miss. Akeda advances to third on the play. Not sure if that was a balk or if it was a simple heads-up steal, but looks like it was a balk. Pitch is in the dirt and gets away. They'll try and get the runner going home, but they cannot. Akeda scores and makes it 10-4. Meanwhile, Prechak is aboard with a walk yet again. So top of the order, David Simmons has reached base twice. Officially 1 for 3 plus a walk. Walks have been the issue here for Lethbridge in this game. They have given up a ton of them. Simmons jumps ahead in the count 1-0. That walk to Prechak, in addition to being his second, is the 9th walk issued total two Cactus Rats hitters. Prechak will scoot into second as that one gets away.
Crazy baseball.
Love it.
2-0 count facing Simmons here at home plate, now with a runner in scoring position. McInnes deals and still cannot locate the zone. Only pitcher that they've had come in and not give up a walk was McDonald, but of course in the process, McDonald, inheriting a bases loaded situation, could not get outs that easily as Simmons fouls pitch off, 3-1. McInnes deals and does get that one across. So a full count. Should the inning continue, Caden Allen is on deck. He's got 2 base hits, 3 base hits already. 2 of them have been more on the infield, and he's got an RBI as part of it. Simmons jumps on this one, unleashes it into left center field. This one is going to just stay in the yard for Jalen Ryan to catch. Inning ends, but that's a good inning for the home side. They get 4 additional runs. It's a 9-4 lead. We go top 7 here on FloCollege.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
I got the master sheet from yesterday, but
I changed it up already, eh?
this is from yesterday, so obviously you Carson. It already. Nope, it's Mac Warlaw, but that sheet is different. So that sheet's more updated.
Okay. New pitcher into the game for the Cactus Rats, and also a new pitcher onto the roster. We have not seen this guy at all. Cooper Gulager will come on in relief. Gulager wearing the same number 3 previously held by Riley Kwok and Mac Warawa, but it is now Gulager's turn to wear that number in a 10-4 lead for his team. First pitch misses for a ball. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the inning. It'll be led off by Easton Katura. And the next pitch hits Katura, so he will be aboard. Second time that Katura has reached base. Jack Wheatley will come up to bat. He is 1 for 3 at the single. We were mentioning last inning. Top third of the order for the Bulls has not had the greatest game, as before Wheatley's last at bat, they went 0 for 7 with a walk combined. Wheatley is the first of the top 3 in the order to actually get a base hit. Jumps ahead in the count here 1-0. That's been a contributing factor to the reason, even if not the only reason, why Lethbridge has only managed to get 4 runs and find themselves behind. Gulliger having trouble finding the zone as he falls behind 3-0. He has thrown nothing but balls here so far. And the Cactus Rats do have another reliever up in the pen. That one will be in there for a strike. Ball 4 is called, and just like that, 2 are aboard. Here to start the top of the 7th. So Zach Kavanaugh will come up to bat. He has reached base twice already. He's 1 for 2 plus a walk. And he'll fall behind to start 0-1. Great job in relief by Daniel Payton. Didn't strike out anybody or walk anybody, but didn't need to on either. He gives up nothing, no runs, no hits through 2 innings. The 1 run that did score on a double play was Puello's responsibility. And so Payton otherwise does the job to hold the lead for his team. That pitch is in there for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. It was about as good of a release spot as you could have expected when he came in with a 2-run lead and bases full, no outs. Gulliger deals just above the zone, cannot get the call, 2-2. Luke Wheatley is on deck. Wheatley is 0 for 3, and he was the guy who hit into that double play. Just getting a piece to stay alive is Kavanaugh. Two-two count. 2 runners on to start the top of the 7th here. Gulliger deals, that's it below the zone, and the count runs full. Big game for both teams here. Gulliger trying to get the first out of the inning. On a 3-2, it's upstairs, ball 4, and that will load the bases. So that'll bring Jordan Blundell out to the mound. Have a chat with Gulliger. That Swift Current Moose Jaw game getting even more interesting. 13-8 now. As the Miller Express try and find a way back into that game. That's still in just the bottom of the sixth. That one could end up having 25 or more runs by the time it's all said and done.
Still in the sixth.
Elsewhere in the WCBL, Weyburn leading Medicine Hat 4-0, and Saskatoon up on Sylvan Lake 2-0. Of course, the Lethbridge loses this game. They're hoping that the Berries pull out that victory so that they can somewhat keep pace with the goals in terms of trying to track down that second spot. 1-0 as the first pitch to Luke Wheatley misses. Wheatley, as we mentioned, 0 for 3. This would be an out that the Cactus Rats need to get, but Gallagher has fallen behind 2-0. Katura on third, Jack Wheatley at second, Kavanaugh at first. Pitch upstairs, 3-0. And still action in the Cactus Rats bullpen, so you get a feeling this might be the last batter either way for Gallagher. Was loaded the bases on a hit by pitch and 2 walks. That one upstairs in the zone, 3-1. And you want to especially get Luke Wheatley out because Meisner on deck has reached base twice, and the only time they put him out took 7 pitches. Counters run full now. Can Gallagher get this critical out here? 3-2 is on the ground. Over to short. Only plays to first, and it gets away from Burnett. Another run will score on the error from Kawanishi. And that makes it a 10-6 game.
Up, kiddo, let's go. Come on.
How about number 25, Xander Meisner?
I'll bring up Xander Meisner. Base hit, walk, ground out to the pitcher's mound. That was the one that we mentioned took 7 pitches to attain. He is a tough out to get. Pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Matt Larkin on deck. Strikeout, walk, and flyout. On the game, they want the call, but don't get it there as it's just below the zone, 2-0. Gallagher looking for an out, looking for the strike zone, cannot find it. It's first and third, nobody out. 2 runs are in here for Lethbridge in the 7th. A walk loads the bases right back up. 3-0. Upstairs, and Meisner is aboard on 4 pitches. And so that will be all for Gallagher. He faces 5 batters. Might not have given up a hit, but he doesn't get anybody out either. We'll have a new pitcher into the game when we come back.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Cactus Rats will turn to a familiar face here. Try and get some outs. Derek Appa into the game. Appa was warming up in the second half of the doubleheader there against Sylvan Lake. Ultimately did not come in. When the game did go to extras, they brought in a different guy. Appa will be called on here, however, with the bases juiced and nobody out and 2 runs already in.
Now pitching for your Cactus Rats, number 16, Derek
Appa will start with the number 7 hitter, Matt Larkin. Not a great night at the dish for Larkin, so this will be a good out to get here. Energy City hanging on to a 4-run lead. This one's on the ground on just one pitch. Kawanishi to Ikeda at second for 1. On to first. Double play. That's exactly what they needed. Run does score, but that's 2 big outs for the Cactus Rats. So a 10-7 game, but that nearly clears the entire base paths. Runner at third, but 2 outs. And the first pitch on the way to Monroe misses outside. Monroe did have a 2-run double back in the second inning, trying to add on to that, and he will as that gets by Ikeda. 4-base hit, 3 RBIs on the game for Monroe, and he is 2 for 4. 10-8 the score now.
Now batting the center fielder, number 10, Jalen Ryan.
Number 9 hitter Jalen Ryan has an RBI single, and he's reached on an error and a fielder's choice. So he has reached base every time he's been up to bat. First pitch misses for ball 1. In the dirt, 2-0. Top of the order looms on deck. Nishida is the only one who has not come up to bat for Lethbridge here in this inning. Appa's gotten the first 2 outs, trying to get one more. In the dirt, and that gets away from Prechak, so Monroe advances. 3-0 the count. Give Lethbridge credit, not going away quietly, but also not been a great inning here for the home side. The 3-0 misses upstairs, ball 4. So it's now first and second with 2 outs.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Tetsu Nishida.
So the Bulls will see what Tetsu Nishida can do. And he fouls off the first pitch. Shallow leads off the bags for both runners. Nishida swinging a miss, and Appa jumps ahead 0-2. Can Appa get one more strike here as he deals and does get the swing and a miss to get them out of the inning, but Lethbridge makes this one a close game once again with their own 4-run response to the 5-run inning for Energy City. It's now 10-8. Time to stretch will go bottom 7.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Rats in the inning, leading things off is Caden Allen. Allen, a big night at the plate, 3 for 4 as that pitch misses. Allen ahead here 2-0. Same pitcher who came in to finish off the inning, Patrick McInnes, got the final out of the 6th. On to work the 7th as Allen chops that one foul. McInnes deals, gets the swing and a miss, and the count runs even 2-2. Carson Burnett has gotten aboard every time he's been out to bat. He's got a base hit, walk, hit by pitch, and reach on error. One of the funkier box scores you'll see. This one's powered out in a left field. That's going to get down in foul territory, though. And we'll do it all over again. Not enough line on that drive. So Allen's at bat stays alive. Both these teams looking for a big win to start the 3-game series. Pitch is upstairs. Count runs full. Of course, these two teams have to be right back at it in less than 24 hours. Afternoon doubleheader tomorrow. Down on strikes is Allen. That's just the second time he's been retired in this game. So we'll see not only if Carson Burnett can get aboard for a 5th time, but maybe even if he can do it in a different manner like a double. We'll start by chopping the first pitch foul. Of course, there are so many ways in the game baseball to get aboard. It's just not common that you have it happen in so many different ways. And the closest comparable I could think of is hockey, when Mario Lemieux had the one game where he scored 5 goals in 5 different ways. Burnett falling behind 0-2. Scoring on power play at even strength, penalty kill, penalty shot, and then empty net. And from what I know, it's the only time in NHL history that's happened. So it is possible in both hockey and baseball, it just doesn't happen too often. Burnett takes that pitch down below the zone, 1-2. Of course, with how variable baseball is as well, that factors in. There's just so many outcomes in the game as they freeze Burnett. He was caught looking at strike 3. There's 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for McInnes to start the inning. That brings up Steve Furman. Furman not the best outing, but he did have an infield base hit his last time up. Swinging on the first pitch and fouling that off, 0-1. Two, 3, and 4 in the order for the Cactus Rats. Here in the bottom of the 7th, they'll be likewise for Lethbridge in the top of the 8th. After they sent 9 men to the plate their last time up. Fought off by Furman, 1-2. Liam Kershaw on deck, should the inning continue. Kersh does have a couple RBIs, including a sacrifice fly. That one's on the ground. That's going to get through for a base hit, and Furman is aboard. Thinks about turning into second, but he'll hold up with his second base hit of the evening. So Liam Kershaw will get in at bat with the foot speed of Steve Furman on the base paths. Kershaw will take the first pitch below the zone. That first game of the Swift Current Moose Jaw doubleheader has finally gone final, 13-9. Swift Current led by a lot more than that, but Moose Jaw really put together a rally effort Having fallen behind 13-2, they scored 7 unanswered to at least make a game out of it. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed by Kirsch. And he'll take a moment to straighten everything out. Really went hard after that pitch. Furman, about a medium-sized lead off the bag. Taking off. Pitch on the way is upstairs for a ball, and Furman slides it safely. Ball gets away, and Furman will have third base. Forced the hurry-up throw from the catcher. It got away into center field just like that. Steven Furman goes first to third. Heads up base running by Furman, just like we saw when he stole home earlier on. The pitch was a ball, and so now it's 2-2 against Kirsch. Pitch is dealt, and it's a called strike 3, and the toss of the bat from Kirsch says it all. The Cactus Rats get a runner to third, can't score him. Remains 10-8. We go top 8 here on FloCollege.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Derek Appa back out there for the 8th inning after he comes on in relief and manages to get 3 outs in the 7th. Still allowed a couple runs to score on his watch, but hoping that all that's behind him. Jumping on the first pitch is Katura. This is out into center field, playable for Furman, and he will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tough night for Katura. Even though he's reached on a walk and a hit by pitch, hasn't had a hit in 5 plate appearances. Jack Wheatley will come out to bat. Wheatley will take the first pitch in there for a strike. This is the 15th combined at bat for the top 3 in the Bulls order, and Wheatley has the only hit out of any of those 3. Pitch below the zone, 1-1. So that's one thing that Cactus Rats pitching has done a good job of in this game, is neutralizing the top of the Bulls batting order. That one in the dirt, 2-1. It's been everywhere else in the lineup that Lethbridge has gotten their production.
Come on, kids. Keep throwing strikes.
2-1 count here. Appa against the number 3 hitter, Jack Wheatley. Gets the swing and a miss, 2-2. Zach Kavanaugh on deck, has a base hit, 2 walks. Wheatley will poke that on the ground. That gets through. It does not. It's a good play by Simmons to maintain and throw to first for the out. That was a difficult one as it was down the line in fair territory, but Simmons snares it. Perfect backhand scoop as you see there in the toss across the diamond. 5-3 on the putout. And there's 2 away. Kavanaugh swinging at the first pitch and missing. Big spot here for Appa. Keep this a 2-run game. Jumping on that one is Kavanaugh. He's going to have his second hit of the day, and then going after that was Wilson. He's backed up by Furman, who's going to throw it into the field. A double for Zach Kavanaugh. Runner aboard with 2 outs. And that'll set the stage for Luke Wheatley, who has only reached on an error. He's 0 for 4 on the evening. So that was Endo out in left field, not Wilson. Endo coming on as a defensive replacement. Luke Wheatley will take the first pitch for a strike. That double by Kavanaugh is just the second extra base hit for either team in this game. Lethbridge has both doubles as the count goes to 1-1. Combined 18 runs in the game, and yet you've only seen 2 extra base hits. Appa deals, and this one's on the ground. Playable, snared by Simmons. Throw across the diamond. Nice scoop by Burnett to get the out. So Lethbridge gets a runner into scoring position and can't do anything with it. We'll go bottom 8. Still 10-8, Energy City.
Yo, Dustin, you ain't going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Patrick McInnes still out there as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. He's already pitched an inning and a third. He'll be tasked with trying to keep this a 10-8 Cactus Rats lead. Haruta Endo came on as a defensive replacement for Luke Wilson last inning, and now he will get a chance to hit. We saw Endo in the doubleheader as he takes the first pitch upstairs. Endo came on for Wilson actually in the first game of that doubleheader as he pool cues that one foul. Came on as a pinch runner, grounded out in that first game, and then got the start in game 2. Did walk in that game. 1-1 count. Good take on that one, 2-1. Endo, Kawanishi, and Ikeda due up here in the inning. Endo puts a charge into this one. Back to right field. Carry, goodbye. How about that Haruta Endo solo home run? It's 11-8 Cactus Rats. Well, there's a little bit of insurance as he touches home plate. The first extra base hit all game for the Cactus Rats ends up being a solo shot to make it a 3-run lead once again. And that will bring up Kawanishi. So the Cactus Rats will complete their 5th time through the order. Kawanishi, Ikeda, and then Brechak. As Kawanishi lays off the first pitch for ball 1. Endo getting the job done. To lead off the 8th, Kawanishi trying to golf that one. Count goes to 1-1. For Endo, that's his first home run of the season. Comes at a big time here. 2-1 meanwhile on Kawanishi. So far in this game for Kawanishi, he has walked twice, reached on error. I'll chop that one foul, and the count goes 2-2. And he'll have to recalibrate a little bit after that awkward swing. Bulls will have one more chance in the top of the 9th, and here's the bit of unfortunate news as Kawanishi takes a ball to load the count full. Unfortunate news for the Cactus Rats is that hitters 6 through 9 have done a lot of the generating offensively for Lethbridge. So that's a big insurance run to add for Endo here, and home side would like to continue adding on. Kawanishi will do his part. He gets aboard via a walk once again. Kawanishi has walked 3 times in this game. So we'll see what Hikaru Ikeda can do. Ikeda so far is 2 for 3 plus a walk. That pitch is fouled off, and that took a bite out of Ikeda. So a good night at the dish for Ikeda. After he shakes off that foul off his foot, he'll hope to tack on. Activity, meanwhile, in the Cactus Rats bullpen. Looks like they'll get the closing situation set up for the 9th inning. Ball in the dirt, but right in front of the catcher, Larkin. Count is now 1-1. McInnes turns, tries to pick off Kawanishi, but he's back in safely. Casey Prechak is on deck. He has walked twice. Pitches in the top half of the zone, 1-2 against Takeda. McInnes looking for the first out of the inning. Deals upstairs, 2-2. Nobody in the Lethbridge pen. This is McInnes' job to get them out of the inning. Kawanishi takes off, swing and a miss for strike 3. They will let Kawanishi slide into second as Takeda goes down on strikes for the first out.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Casey Prechak.
Prechak 0 for 2. Pair of walks. Hasn't been able to find a hit yet. Oh, power this one. That's going to be his first hit right there. Out into left field as he moves Kawanishi over to third. There you go, Casey.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Dave Simmons.
Jumps on the first pitch he sees. And now sets up an opportunity for the Cactus Rats to plate another run. And it's David Simmons up to bat. This is the exact kind of guy you want in this situation. He's already got an RBI base hit in this game. They'll power that one out into left field. Make that 2 RBI base hits for Simmons. They'll do the job. It's 12-8. Great piece of hitting there for Simmons. RBI number 21 on the season. Keeps tacking on to that lead. Still just one out. Now Caden Allen up to bat. First and second one away. Allen going after the first pitch as well and misses. 0-1 the count. Two runs across already for Energy City here in the bottom of the 8th as they look to secure a third straight win. They started this homestand 2-2 as that one turns Allen inside out, 0-2. Saskatoon came through and took both games, although the Cactus Rats had a great chance in the first of those two. And then on the doubleheader on Thursday, Energy City held on for wins in both, although they more cruised to a win in the first game. And then walked it off in the nightcap. Allen down on strikes. There's 2 away.
Now batting the first baseman, number 21,
Carson Burnett has only been put out once. That was his last at bat. He struck out. He has otherwise found ways to get aboard any which way he can. He'll take the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. So a win here gives the Cactus Rats 3 straight as part of this homestand that's going to see 9 games. Perfect opportunity, as we mentioned earlier, to seal up that 4th playoff spot. Pitch is taken for a strike by Burnett, 1-1. Steve Furman on deck should the inning continue. He's got a pair of base hits as well. One on the way from McInnes. Good block there by Larkin, 2-1. McInnes needs one more out to get out of the inning. Cactus Rats want to build on. Pitch up in the zone, 2-2. Two runs in already. You're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Shallow leads off the bag for both runners. McInnes looks in, deals 2-2. Taken below the zone, full count. Can Burnett get aboard for a 5th time? Runners take their leads, prepared to jump off the pitch. On the way, and it's strike 3 call. Burnett thought he had ball 4. Ethan Mays behind the dish rules otherwise. That's it for the Cactus Rats in the bottom of the 8th. They do play a pair, however. They'll coast into the top of the 9th on top of a 4-run lead here on FloCollege.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus a WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Closing time here for the Cactus Rats. They will turn to Seb Meisner. We saw Meisner on Thursday in the first half of that doubleheader. He came on in relief for innings 6 through 7 to back up the tremendous starting effort recorded by, in that game, Kingston Bassine. And did not allow much in those 2 innings. So they turn the keys over to Meisner. Looking for 3 more outs with a 4-run lead intact. 12-8. Energy City here in the top of the 9th. But a difficult task awaits Meisner as is 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Bulls. And they have largely had their way, especially Xander Meisner and Jordan Monroe. Meisner has been the most difficult to get out. He's reached base all but 1 time, and Monroe has 3 RBIs. First pitch is chopped in front of home plate, snared in the throw to Meisner. There's a great start. 1 pitch, 1 out, 3-1 on the putout. Burnett to Meisner, 1 away. Pitcher has been involved on both times that Xander Meisner has been retired. So with 1 away, that will bring up Matt Larkin. Takes first pitch for a strike. Larkin has only been aboard once. He's 0 for 3, did reach on a walk. Meisner deals again, finds the zone. He's quickly ahead, 0-2. Meisner ahead, 0-2 here on Larkin. Looking for a quick second out. Deals down the dirt, 1-2. So we look at the other games. We mentioned 13-9 the final for the first game of Swift Current Moose Jaw. Saskatoon is leading Sylvan Lake 5-1 as that pitch misses for ball 2. Gulls have just 1 hit in that game so far. And if this final score holds here, Lethbridge would love for the Gulls to drop that game. Brooks surprisingly leading Okotoks here as strike 3 is called. Meisner sits him down on strikes. There's 2 away. Bombers leading the Dogs 6-3 and Weyburn leading Medicine Hat 7-3. Meanwhile, Regina and Fort McMurray kind of the opposite. They've gone to the top of the 6th, but it's 0-0 with just 4 combined hits for Regina and Fort McMurray. Those are the 2 teams that the Cactus Rats will face at home after Lethbridge. Monroe up to bat here, jumps ahead in the count 1-0. Monroe 2 for 4, single double, 3 RBIs, powers this one out to left field, but that's going to track foul, 1-1. Amidst all the high-scoring games in the WCBL, it's good to see that there's still 1 or 2 that can turn out to be a pitcher's duel. Meisner looking for the 3rd and final out here in this inning. Deals 1-1 on the ground, and that is through for a base hit. Monroe is 3 for 5, and he keeps his team's hopes alive.
Now batting second baseman number 5, Tetsu Nishida.
No, it's Ryan, Jalen Ryan. You're ahead by 1. Jalen Ryan will get a 5th at-bat here. Powers this on the ground, snared by Simmons with lightning striking in the background. The Cactus Rats strike a win here in game 1 of this series. Simmons to Burnett for the final out. They win 12-8 over the Lethbridge Bulls just like that. They got 3 straight wins here in this homestand. They'll look to extend the streak tomorrow here against Lethbridge. This is a good game. Cactus Rats 12 runs on 10 hits. Lethbridge 8 runs on 8 hits. We got lots of baseball for you tomorrow, and we will see you then. For now, this is Lexi McFarland saying have a great rest of your Saturday evening.